Good morning, everybody, and thank you for your commitment to come here early. We know that you have super busy schedule, and then the fact that you are here today, and hopefully you will stay for most of the day, show your commitment also to do some alliance with us, as Shanti just represent the MMA. So we look forward to have a fruitful day throughout the day together. So the theme for the event today, or the MMA Impact 2025, is about powering marketing for growth. But as we all have experienced, we went through COVID, and ironically, actually during the COVID, especially the second half of the COVID period, many of us actually experienced growth. That was largely driven by the strong adoption of technology, and that brings a lot of excitement, a lot of advertising and marketing activities. And that continues post-COVID in 2023, where many of us, many of the industry are also experiencing a healthy double growth. But then starting from 2024, we started to see the deceleration of the growth. Actually, it's a slowing growth, right? And that trend continues till this year, where this year, many of us are actually experiencing no longer growth, but actually decline in some of the industry. So if we look at the Kantar World Panel, for instance, the entire FMCG industry experiencing a contraction of 1% up to year-to-date September 2025. So this is the challenge that we have to face altogether. And during this challenging economic time, then we have to focus on something else, which is the cost efficiency, cost cutting, reduction in our organization, and so on and so on. Thank goodness though, if we look at the month of October, we started to see a slice of hope. Perhaps this is also what we call the Purbaya effect, right? Because clearly, Pak Purbaya, as the new finance minister, has pumped up a lot of positive energy to the market. I attended one event recently in IDFS where Pak Purbaya was shown as like one of the main speaker, and clearly the entire room was so excited, was so welcoming him, and perhaps that positivity can also become the self-fulfilling prophecy, whereby people feel good about themselves, and then they start to spend the money, and then the business started to invest, and then the whole economy started to grow again. So some of the statistics show that. So if you look at the Mandiri Research Institute, it shows that the Mandiri Spending Index is up 2% week on week in October. And if you look at one category, the durable goods, it's growing by 7.5% week on week. So that's, again, is the number that we also see positive across different sectors. So we have a new hope. So hopefully this is not just about October, not just about Pak Purbaya effect, but something that is longer lasting. And then especially if we look at the end of the year, many of you and the rest, I think, are also ready to pump up into end of the year promotion with 11-11, 12-12 campaign, and then many other campaign. So hopefully that we are fueling further growth, and then the fact that next year Ramadan will start early. So all of that compounded to be a positive momentum for all of us. So when we go to growth sector, so this is a time that we need to move away from that cost efficiency measure, and we start ourselves to a new chapter, more exciting chapter about how to grow the business. So in MMA Impact, basically we look at three key values when we need to prepare ourselves for growth. So it is act, accelerate, and then also to advance. So act, simple, we have to act rather than just coming up with concept or coming up with strategy, but we have to act and act now. So we have to implement whatever that we have to put on the design into something that becomes meaningful, pragmatic, and then something that can deliver the results immediately. Accelerate, how can we actually improve our marketing mix, our product mix, our distribution strategy, and every single element so we can accelerate our growth again. So if we look at the growth, one of the fastest growing sector is clearly beauty sectors, beauty and cosmetic sectors. So we have started to hear some of the names that did not exist like 5-10 years ago. We heard names like Skintific, Something, Skin ID, Glad to Glow, and so on, where each of them are able to ship more than millions of products every month. So clearly something that they do right, and clearly something that they adopt the changes in the landscape, especially in the emergence of social commerce, to the max potential that they can achieve out of that. And then the third element is advance. Advance meaning how can you even take it to the next level? Even if you are a market leader, how can you set yourself separate so you become even a bigger market leader compared to where you were before? So talking about beauty category, Wardah would be the perfect example, because despite the challenges coming from all this new startup, Wardah is not just defending, but then they are able to adopt and then grow their business again. So now they embrace this affiliate marketing capabilities up to the point that they become one of the largest MCN for beauty categories in the entire country. So throughout the day, we hope that there are a lot of exciting and provoking thought leaders discussion that can share the best practices, that can also provoke you to come up with like ideation or even go back to your whiteboard to see whether your marketing strategy is already optimal or needs to be modified. So some topics that will come up throughout the day, clearly AI. We are all excited about AI. And if you look at the market, if you look at the capital market, the fact that some global companies like NVIDIA has already managed to break $5 trillion market cap. So that's clearly saying that AI is here. AI is not just a bubble, but AI will be here forever. So this is the time that we need to challenge ourselves. I'm sure most of you have already adopted AI one way or another. The question though is that whether we are adopting AI aggressive enough, whether you are doing AI better than our competitors, or whether AI is not just being used to improve the process or to reduce the cost, but also to prepare ourselves for the growth chapter. And then we will also have some topics about challenging about the changes in the technology, in the media mix. So some media may be best to do the awareness, some media may be best to do the conversion. So how to allocate our budget accordingly, given all this fast changing. And then one other topic clearly is retail media network. With the emergence of the modern trade, clearly they capture the first party data more accurately from the customer point of view, from the transaction point of view. So with much more accurate first party data on the transaction and customer, the brand can utilize this to enable to target more effectively and therefore deliver the conversion even also more efficiently. So according to Group M, this retail media networks are already growing 18% per annum. That already reaches a size of more than $600 million this year alone. So clearly something that becomes more and more relevant going forward. So tonight we will also be giving away our 2025 Smarties Award. So we are super excited. I was just told by Shanti that this year we managed to break another record with more than 800 submissions. So thank you so much for all of your participation. But the interesting part also, because there are so many submissions, it also shows that we remain vibrant. Despite the challenges time that we mentioned earlier in 2025, kita tetap excited, we still go for it with all this new ideation. So we look forward to hear who are the winners for 2025. And I believe later on in this afternoon, there is a session that will give you behind the scene, how was the process of the judging goes on. So you have a full visibility and you can see the thorough process before the selection of the winners come forward. So finally, let me extend one more time the sincere appreciation to our sponsors and to our partners to make this event possible. And as a global MMA Indonesia chairperson, I'm super excited about the potential that what we can do together. So let us use this day, not just to share our best practice and best learning, but also to start committing to take action, to accelerate our impact, and also to advance our contribution for a better Indonesia. Thank you very much.